If flown out, are you obligated to have sex? In your opinion? Hold on. Whoa, relax, man. We'll get to you. All right. What about you? Let's start here.
I don't believe that you're obligated per se, but I do believe that you should understand the understanding. Like, cause like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like,
So
why?
doesn't that mean obligated then?
No, obligated.
Understanding is kind of obligation, I guess.
Like you should know what time it is. If you're really not down for it, then you should you definitely have your own money to get the fuck up out of there if you don't want to.
Okay.
And B, like you just should know what time it is. Like it's
So
fluid
it's
out.
unwritten rule. Okay.
Yeah, it's an unwritten
So
rule
it's yes.
for sure.
Okay. What about you? Are you obligated to smash if you get flown out? In your
I
opinion?
don't think you're ever obligated to smash under any circumstances.
Okay.
Is it expected though? Yeah, and if you have absolutely zero interest and zero what's the word I'm looking for?
Interest in going? Or sorry, interest in having
If you
sex?
have zero intent on exhibiting that type of behavior with that person, don't put yourself in that situation. Because then you're going to be the one to complain. You know what I mean? Like, don't complain, oh, he treated me like this, or he wanted this, and he really expected that, or he left me high and dry after he flew me out. Yeah, ma'am, learn how to read the signs. Take some social cues. He wanted some punani, and then you got there, and you thought it was just fun and games?
Okay.
After he paid all that money? Absolutely not.
All right.
I'm gonna need a
What about
refund.
you?
Yeah, I mirror the
Are
thoughts.
you obligated?
I mirror the thoughts of the other girls. Absolutely. I definitely don't think anybody's obligated to ever have sex with anybody. Like, that's weird. But if you are accepting the invitation, like, you should know that that's going to be expected and it's absolutely on the table.
That's fair.
Interesting. Okay, what about you?
Like you said, I understand that that's on the table, but while speaking about being flown out, that's a conversation that is had, no? Like, if you're going to say, hey, I want to fly you out, it's going to be, okay, well, what's the plan when you fly me out? What are we going to do? Like, what's in the mind?
Yeah.
I don't think that it's ever an obligation, but if it should be discussed what you're flying out for before you
Well,
go
if you discuss it,
somewhere.
then and it tells you I'm trying to smash, then at that point it is.
In your own scenario, you said it was just as friends, but he made a move on you, right? So it isn't always spoken beforehand.
It was spoken beforehand. The plan was for me to be hosting. I needed to go to clubs.
No. He wanted to smash. You said no. But obviously, he told you in a way, I want you.
When we met, when he told me that he wanted to smash is when I was working at a bottle girl at a club in
Okay,
Topeka, the
it's fine.
Shisha
It's fine.
Lounge.
All right. So in your opinion, it should be discussed, but it's not obligated.
Right.
All right. What about you?
I think it's pretty obvious if someone flies you out that
Okay.
you're obligated to have
So you
sex
think
with
it's
them.
obligated? All right. What about you?
I don't.
You don't think so? Okay.
No.
What about you?
I definitely think it's obligated and
Okay.
implied and very obvious.
Okay. What about you?
I think it's obligated.
Can
You
I
know,
ask a question, actually?
Huh?
What if you get there and, like, the vibe's off? Like, what would you do? Like, what if you get there, you've never met the person, and, like, the vibe is off, you're not feeling it?
You should
How do you handle
never
it?
That's why I
agree
should
to
have
book
your
your
own
own
ticket.
We'll get to
get
that
up
here
out
in a
of there.
second.
Exactly.
We'll get to that. But I just find it very interesting how, like, a bunch of the girls said, I don't know if you caught on to this, the female psychology. A lot of you guys said you're not obligated. However, if you accept it, you should know that it's expected, which is literally the same thing as obligation.
Right, you're obligated.
But I've come to realize that, like, women almost never want to push any type of sexual pressure on each other, so they always leave it open-ended because that's a taboo subject. So I found it very interesting how a lot of the girls kind of danced around it and said, well, it's expected, but it's not obligated. That's the same thing.
But to her point, she's saying in a nutshell,
yeah,
it isn't obligated in her eyes because if the vibes are off, it's a
well,
no-go.
no, she just brought that up just now.
Yeah, that's what I meant, though.
scenario.
That's, like,
Yeah,
where
like
I
I
was
had brought
That's
that up
scenario.
earlier when I said you should have your own money to get up out of there if the vibes aren't, checking out.
I feel like you should know the vibes before getting on a plane to go see a
That is
random
hard.
person.
Sometimes
Sometimes
it's
it's
hard.
different.
It's totally different.
All the way like that.
I agree.
Beforehand.
But what if they're
Now,
weirdo?
let me ask
Yeah,
this.
but in person it can be different.
Okay, so a lot of you guys said that the woman isn't obligated. Cool. Now, is the man obligated to continue to give her time, and can he kick her out, in your opinion?
He can kick her out.
Yes.
Depending on how she's acting.
One at a time.
What if it's you, though?
He can, depending on how I'm acting. If he doesn't like me in person versus on how we've been acting.
No, this is strictly, he thought he was going to get some sex. You say no.
Oh yeah,
Alright,
he
alright.
can kick me out.
Okay.
'Cause,
What about you?
yeah.
Definitely could kick the girl out.
Okay, definitely. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you think? If the woman isn't obligated to fuck, which is totally cool, can the man kick her out for that? Since he's not obligated to spend time with her now.
I wouldn't say it's okay, but yes, he's
He can kick her out.
Morally.
100% yes.
What do you think? 100%?
Yes.
Okay, what about you?
He could kick her out.
Okay.
However, in my case, I had someone there that I knew I could.
Yeah.
I already
If he
had
really
my
likes
own
you,
way
he's not gonna
out.
kick
you out.
If he was
That's
like,
key.
I already thought in my mind, though, if this nigga's bullshitting, I need to have a plan
A
B of
backup?
where I'm gonna.
But it's
Okay,
not a
what
matter
about
of if he
you?
likes you, it's if he thinks he's going to get sex.
Yeah.
Girl, have
It
your
doesn't
flight
matter if
in
he
your
likes
name.
you or
All
not.
right, what about you?
I feel like if he had enough money to fly you there, he should fly you back home. He's not obligated to pay for your trip and your stay there, but if the vibes are off, like send you back home. Don't like kick her out.
But if you don't give him what he wants, why should he get you a
Just very
plane
like
ticket back?
ungentlemanly.
He doesn't have to
Well-
be like a good human to you. If you guys were
Word.
already speaking sexual, that's exactly why the flying out came.
For sure, but he should fly you
So,
back. Like I just
no,
don't think he should kick
sometimes
you out.
men-
I think
feel
it's like
if
impolite
you're
and
not
it's
giving him something, why should he provide you with something else?
because
He
he's a
already
good
provides
because you're a
you
good
with the
person and like you've got this girl in a
He
city
doesn't
that she's
have
not
to be a
familiar
good
with.
person.
No,
We are not
nobody
objects.
is obligated to be a good person.
Exactly.
But like
Word.
you should
no,
be.
I see your perspective, but
You should
would,
be. Fly
wouldn't it
her
be fair
back.
to say that if the man isn't necessarily, if the woman's not obligated to have sex with him,
Mhm.
wouldn't it be fair to say that he's not necessarily obligated to get her back?
Absolutely, no,
Or a plane
absolutely.
ticket.
I just think that
So
that's.
you're saying they should do that?
I mean,
Okay.
yeah. Why
All right.
not?
But hold on
Like
a
you're not
sec.
I
obligated
think
to
they should
continue to let
too.
her stay in this hotel and like whatever, like enjoy this free trip. Like just send her back like that day or the
And
next
if he's
day.
a
Like
gentleman, he'll
just send
get
her
her
back.
back home safe.
yeah, exactly. I just think like if you wanted her there enough, like to fly her out, like okay, that's fine. It didn't work out, like whatever. Like be a gentleman, send her back home.
Yeah.
This is why
Don't
she
kick her to
should've
the
made sure it
streets.
was a
Like she's
round
still a
trip.
person.
It depends on the type of person you're dealing with, in my opinion.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Right.
But can I ask?
What about what?
I just want to ask something real quick though. But would it be when we talk about it? I'm talking from like a moral compass though, like how you said that like he should just kick her out. But what I'm saying
Do
is
morals have a place in a situation like this?
I
No.
don't
It
think
doesn't.
so.
Morality
Let's
is
be realistic.
subjective.
If you
It
know he
doesn't.
wants punani and he flying you out, you saying yes under
It's a
circumstances. You know
transaction.
you finna play him because you're not gonna
It's
give him
a
what he wants.
You have no
transaction.
morals
Like I
going there to
said,
begin with.
what
Why
is
would you expect
discussed
good morals
over
in
the
return?
phone before
Yeah.
traveling?
Yeah.
That's
It's
why
not a
it's
moral
so
situation.
important to discuss
It's
what it is
like-
you're getting yourself into.
You're coming out to have sex with him, and you get to explore a city that you've never been
I feel
in.
like for
That's
hypothetical
it.
purposes,
it's a
assume
transaction.
you're in a situation where it's been
Very
made
much so.
clear this is what he wants, and
Right.
you've understood I'm not gonna give it to you, but I'm gonna take the money anyways and fly out.
But that's
and see
one
how this
situation though.
That's
but,
dumb.
But that's
Wait, hold on. Do you have morals?
I,
Nope.
Why'd you fly out?
I flew out because it was a friendly understanding of him putting me on in the industry in the club.
You wanted to smash though.
He didn't.
Wait, do you all
no,
think that
he's
guys
talking-
just want
no,
to smash when they
But
fly a girl
like
out?
I said
Yeah,
in the
they
beginning,
all
I
do.
feel like you're
They
missing
do.
my point from the beginning. When he said he wanted to smash was when he met me in person at the club I
I
was
will never
working
get on a
at.
plane
You're
to
smart,
see a
right?
man then.
I believe
So
I
you
tried
can pick
to
up
be
on
it.
people's intuitions, for example, what they are
Right, but I
intentionally
don't know
want to do.
everything. I don't know everything, and I don't pretend
but
to.
we just said it on the room. You agreed. If the guy flies you, what he wants to smash, right?
All right.
Understood. However,
okay.
I said what is
No
talked
morals.
about
He's gonna get
beforehand.
real
Yeah, no,
disappointed.
she's saying that you could basically.
when
She
you're
said
talking-
you could
when
kick
you
her
fly
out, but
someone out,
you
you
should
just
be a
wanna
gentleman
fly?
and get her back. All right, that's fine. You agree with her on that. Okay, what about you? What are your thoughts on that?
I agree that it's not very gentlemanly, right? I do see your point. But I also feel like it's the same in comparison to being spoiled in other ways. Like if a man is paying my bills, I've had men pay my bills and get absolutely no sex in return with the understanding that you never gonna get that far with me. You are under no circumstances obligated to pay for my bills. You want to give me money for my bills? You can give me money for my bills. We can have good
All right,
conversation.
the question is, can he kick her
But
out? That's-
yeah, he can kick her out
Okay.
for sure. Although I do agree
man
with
will-
the gentlemanly perspective, right?
He's gonna hate me.
But I feel like from a blunt perspective, like you know what he wants, you have no intention of giving it to him, and you accept it anyways.
Right.
What are you expecting? You know what I'm saying? Because if the situation was reversed, you're gonna ask me like Sex in the City's not real? Like there's not cougars out there flying out young men. They expect to get laid, and the young man gets to where they going, and he don't want to give it up. She gonna be like, all right, well, figure out how to get back home.
Okay.
It's
What
the
are
same
you
concept.
here for?
All right. What about you? Do you
like
think
this.
the guy could kick her out if she doesn't? Since she's not obligated to give sex, she's not obligated to
I
hang out
do
with her?
believe that he can kick her out, and as a lady, you should already be leaving.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Let me ask. Let me
You
ask
should be
this.
leaving.
If you were in a position and you were a guy and you spent the money to fly a girl out to your city, etc., and she got to the location and said, "Hey, I'm not feeling it," what would you do? Start with you.
Sorry, by the way, shout out to MLD for $100 chat.
Oh, shout out to you, my John.
MLD.
Shout out to you guys for the mega W with the consistency of shows. You guys are killing it. Yeah, man. No breaks, man. Thank you, man.
bro.
Appreciate that greatly. Okay, so let's say you're the man. Let's put yourself in the man's shoes. You spent $1,000 to get this chick out to you, right, with a plane ticket and hotel, etc., and she doesn't want to have sex. What are you doing?
I actually, well, if I'm balling out of control like that,
No, you ain't balling out of control.
What you
You're a regular
be
nigga.
doing that?
You're a regular nigga. You spent $1,000.
Oh.
You make $70K per year. You spend $1,000 to get this chick out there. What are you doing, realistically speaking?
You're flying her.
I love it how
Me
whenever I put women in
not.
men's situations, they always
No.
suppose
Me personally,
that
if I
they're a
was a man-
multi-millionaire. No, you're a regular fucking nigga, man. Average. You making 50, 70K per year.
Let us be the little to the max.
But but
no, you're an average guy. What are you doing?
all right, so I'm an average guy and I'm flying somebody out.
Yep.
So
And she don't wanna smash.
I wouldn't kick her out because that's just not what I'm really not gonna kick her out to the streets. And if I don't want to just like send her back in the plane like she said, then I would just be like, well, I hope you're okay with somebody else coming over. Like you can go ahead and
shit.
All right, so you're
have a
kicking her
spot
off.
on the couch, baby. Like
No.
we,
Oh,
you're letting her stay in the
doing
house?
what we're doing.
Next
Yeah.
caller.
Yeah, okay.
Next caller.
Yo, you a nigga for real.
Next up,
Yo, she a real
So-
nigga.
so-
Okay.
Put some noodles in the cabinet if you want some. You feel
Okay,
me?
so you would let her sit in the
we
house, but
vibing
you would
over
call
here.
another girl over.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Make
shit.
it extra
Yo.
dramatic for
Yeah.
her to
Yo,
hear.
you are a real nigga. Shout out to you. You one of us. All right.
Like,
So,
for real.
all right, okay, all right. Call
Like,
another girl
don't-
over
don't
right in
be
front of her. All right.
That sounds familiar.
Okay, sounds familiar. Yeah, it
That
does.
sounds very familiar.
What about you? What about you? What are you doing? You spent $1,000 to get this chick out here, and she don't want to fuck. What are you doing?
If I'm regular degla and I go out of my way to spend that kind of money
Yes.
on you,
Yes.
I'll feel some type of way. I don't know if I could say that I would throw you in the streets, but I'd be like, bro, you got 24 hours to figure out what your situation is because I got somebody else on the way.
Yeah.
If you're not going to do it for me, somebody else will. Period.
Sounds familiar.
Period.
All right. So you'll give her 24 hours, and you'll let her stay too.
I mean, I feel like it's regardless of whether I'm the man and the woman or the woman in the situation is my heart speaking. Like I wouldn't throw you in the streets. Would I be pissed? Yes, but I would I would be the bigger person. I'll be like, bro, you got 24 hours to find yourself a flight, find yourself a friend, find yourself a something, but you gotta get up and get
All right.
out. You ain't
What
gotta go
about you?
home, but you
What
gotta
are you
get out of
doing?
here.
What about you? What are you doing?
It's tough. I don't know.
Oh, no,
I
just
really...
be a gentleman, like you said earlier.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think, but that's the thing. I think.
Different when it's your money.
Well, I think.
Gentlemen.
Yeah.
I think that's like no. I do think that's where I fall. Like if I was gonna spend $1,000, like I was prepared to spend $1,000. So like if the girl gets there and like she's not feeling the vibe, like I'm never gonna kick a girl out or fly her back. Like she can enjoy it. I'm gonna take the L. Like that was the L for me.
So you're gonna let her stay in your house?
Is she staying in my house or it's a hotel?
Let's say in this scenario it's your house. What are you doing?
It's my house. Like I'll ask her what she wants to do, but I would maybe suggest if she wants to go home, I'll pay for her return flight. Yeah, I love
Would you
women. I
really?
treat women really well. Yeah.
If you were a man, you would.
I mean, I'm a woman that dates women. I have a girlfriend of 3 years. Like I do love women. And
Hold on. Are you the breadwinner in your relationship?
I would say it's mutual. She is a therapist as well. Yeah, we're about the same.
So you're talking about being like in a breadwinner stance here with in this situation, but you're in an equal partner relationship.
Well, you said I'm the one that's flying the girl out, so I'm assuming that I would be in this scenario the breadwinner. So if I was the breadwinner in that scenario, like I would ask the girl what she wants to do, what
But
she
you're
feels
a regular
comfortable.
guy.
Necessarily
You're
have
not a
to be the breadwinner.
you're not a six-figure earner. You're a regular guy. She don't want to fuck. Okay, so
Yeah,
you're
but
gonna
I'm
let her
not
stay.
like bitter. Like if somebody doesn't want to fuck me, I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm not gonna be mad that I lost $1,000. Like I was willing to spend $1,000. I'm gonna like own my shit, and I'm gonna like say, damn, that sucks. But like
you're gonna spend another $1,000 get her back.
It's like a gamble.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a gamble that I was willing to take. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. What about you? What are you doing? If she doesn't want to fuck, what are you doing?
First, before I even spend $1,000, shawty gotta let me know she's gonna fuck.
Okay.
Exactly.
But that's what I was saying in the
but she
beginning.
gets there and she said, she says,
The vibe's not right.
the vibe's not right.
Okay,
Dumb
if-
shit that girls normally say.
Now, if I done spend $1,000, she gotta get the fuck. Why?
She got to get what?
She gotta get the fuck. Like she gotta
Out
go.
of here.
Oh,
She
I
gotta
thought you
go.
got fucked.
Bounce.
I was like,
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
Stop that right
okay.
there. Stop
I'm
that.
sorry.
Alright.
I'm sorry. That's island talk. I'm
I'll be
sorry.
your translator.
That's
You're
just,
good.
That's just how I talk.
You're
Like I'm
good.
so sorry.
Alright.
But she gotta go. Why
Alright,
I
you
say that
kicking her out.
because
Alright.
whilst I'm telling you, baby, I'm ready to spend $1,000 on you to come over. The deal wasn't you come over and you love my personality and you love my vibes. It's I'm gonna spend $1,000 on you to come bring your ass over here, and we're gonna do something. You weren't promised a romantic scenery with me. You were promised $1,000 I spent on you to bring your ass to my crib.
Bent over the balcony.
Bent over the balcony. Give me some money.
What if there is no balcony?
Yeah. But that's why I say you have to talk about what is it you're agreeing to before you agree to it. Because whilst you want to be the gentleman and say, okay, she could stay, baby, you done made the agreement to come over and fuck. So if you're not going to be the lady of your word, I'm not going to be no gentleman to you.
Okay. Exactly. Yes.
Where are your morals?
Interesting, yeah. No, morals go out the window when it's her money. You see that? You caught that? No morals. When it's her money, there ain't no morality anymore. It's her money now.
Where's her morals on me already breaking my back over to spend that money? But I've never been in that situation. I never lead with that intent to say, hey, you're going to buy me this, I'm going to give you this and not give it.
This is incredible.
Like, that's crazy
This
to
is
me.
really interesting. All right, what about you? What are you doing if she gets there and she don't want to smash?
She told me that she was smashing before I bought her the ticket.
Let's say it was assumed.
I would probably kick her out.
You'd kick her out?
Yeah.
How would you go about it?
You're so nice about it. Can you please leave my house?
Yeah, how would you go about it specifically?
I mean, I think obviously I say it a little bit nicer, but I think as a man and I'm expecting something, I'd be a little more frustrated. Probably just tell her to get the
fuck out.
All right.
Yeah.
So you tell her you have to leave. So you wouldn't tell her, hey, someone else is coming, nothing. You just be like, hey, look, I understand, but you got to leave.
I wouldn't tell her someone else is coming. She doesn't care. I feel like I would probably know that someone's coming over anyway.
Yeah.
Why try and make her feel worse? Just tell her to get out. I feel like that's enough shame on its own.
All right. And you wouldn't pay for anything. You would just be like, all right, later.
I mean, if I had some money, I would probably.
No, you're a regular nigga, man.
I'm normal.
Yo, why is it
broke?
Yo,
you literally spent your last
every
$1,000
time we
on it.
give women, hold on. Every time, I find this very, very interesting. Every time we give women a scenario, you're the guy, they always assume they're rich.
Because that's what they see.
Yeah.
That's what
they
we
look
want.
at.
I mean, I think if you're flying someone out, you should have.
It kind of proves, like,
That's what we want.
without fail, even if it's an average girl, whatever, every single time I'm balling, I got money, they always assume that. But it's like, it proves my point that, like, bro, most girls, dudes are invisible to them, bro.
Yes.
Like, most men are virtually invisible to women.
100%.
We want a
It's fucking
rich
crazy.
nigga.
That's fair.
I'm cool.
Y'all
with
can't
balling on
even
a budget.
fathom, like, being a regular guy. Like, you can't even imagine it, because when I ask you, imagine being a guy. Okay, I'm a rich nigga, right? No.
Yeah, we want a rich nigga.
You're fucking not.
A rich.
You're 5'8". You barely get any dates. Most girls don't even know
What
who
is
you
wrong
are.
with 5'8"?
You're a regular guy.
Oh no, my boyfriend's
regular
petite,
guy,
so I
he's a
don't know.
cashier at Walgreens.
We
He's
not
not
with
flying
y'all.
Like,
a
most
chick out.
dudes are virtually invisible to women, and it's
And I could
amazing.
understand that theory. I'm not
And
gonna
anytime we
lie.
ask a girl, you know,
Run a
such and
scenario.
such, run a scenario, they always assume the guy's rich and they assume the guy's good looking and the guy has
Baller.
chicks.
I mean, look at all
Incredible.
the love movies. Look at all the romantic
Are we not
movies
using you
that
guys as
see.
examples?
Who
Cinderella.
said I got money?
Are you guys not rich and good looking or no?
Who said I got money?
I think the
We're
reason
not
Guys,
average
not
niggas, that's the
rich and good
point.
looking?
We're not regular
Define
guys.
rich.
Whatever.
Define rich.
Okay.
Rich can be whatever. To be honest,
Some
fine.
people
more
think.
than
That's
30K apparently.
We're
I'm
just
be
gonna
honest.
move on.
Listen, this is their show. They're rich. We're just working for them.
All right.
Chris got money.
Well, I assume if you're flying
So
someone out,
you're
you
kicking
have
her out.
money.
You're kicking her out. Okay. What are you doing? Are you kicking her out or what are you doing? She doesn't want to smash. You spend $1,000 to get her out there. You're a regular guy. Let's say you're a barber since you're a hairdresser. So the male side, male version of you. You're a barber. You're making $50K per year. Regular guy. You live in fucking Memphis.
I'm that nigga.
You bring that girl over. She don't want to fuck. What are you doing?
You got 4 kids.
If I was a gentleman,
You're not though.
I'm a gentleman.
You might
Okay.
be.
You're a gentleman.
Yeah.
All right. What are you doing?
I would make sure I'd be able to get her back home, even though.
So you
I
dropping
get
another K to get her home.
With blue
Yeah.
balls?
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, it took you a week to make that. You make a
Right.
50K per year.
What?
It took you, like, let's keep it $1 million. It took you a week.
Minimum.
It was assumed that she was
But
gonna
I'm
fuck,
gonna make sure I have enough to get her back home. I'm sorry.
but you didn't know that she wasn't gonna change her mind and not fuck.
Why is Shawty coming on the one way though?
Yeah.
So why would you take
It's called insurance.
one way? You don't know where you're going.
It's
You
insurance.
don't know who's
Yeah,
there.
but no. But
How
I'm
you
saying,
getting back?
like I said,
When
in
I
the
was
scenario.
invited to getting thrown out, I had my way back home.
No,
and they
you're
were
the nigga,
paying
man.
for
I'm
it.
talking about you're the nigga now. Remember,
Nigga.
I thought
Yeah.
you said you didn't.
You
get
making
invited
$1,000 a
to-
week.
I've never.
You
you gonna drop
I've
another
never
1,000 to
gotten
get her
flown out,
back?
but I have been offered.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But
First off,
again,
he's from Memphis.
this
You know,
yeah,
she better
you a
be
dude.
selling it.
Remember, you're a guy now.
Yeah.
You drop another
Like I
1,000 to
said,
get her
I will
back.
make sure I have enough to get her back home.
Okay, so you drop another 1,000.
Before
2
I fly
weeks
her out to
gone.
me- Yeah.
2 weeks on.
It's irresponsible
All right.
financially speaking,
Yeah.
but I get where you're coming from. I mean,
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What about you? What are you doing?
I'm definitely flying her back.
You're flying her back?
On site.
I'm sorry.
I'd rather be
Exactly, because that's somebody's daughter.
Man,
I'd rather be broke
fuck
for a week
somebody's
than
daughter,
have
man.
one night of awkwardness. I'm good off that.
No, but you can just kick her out and
One
not
day
get her
she'll be
fly back.
somebody's mother, maybe not the mother of your child.
You'll fly her
but-
back?
Hey,
All
yo,
right. Damn, bro. You
My
about
child
to
ain't
waste
stupid,
2
bro.
weeks of money?
I would. At least I could go to sleep. At least I go to sleep.
Knowing that, I meant
I mean,
I had to
but
wait
what
Well,
if-
the lights on. Okay. What the hell? You go to sleep with the lights on and with the lights off and no heat. All right, cool. What about you? What are you doing?
I'm gonna get her an Uber to the airport.
And that's it?
I feel like if she's gonna be like no to sex, she already took that risk in account. No,
Word.
But I'm never flying out if there's a one-way
You a
trip.
savage, nigga. You
If
got
I'm
no
a
morals.
regular guy, I'm
have
saving my money to
No, you
fly
don't.
you out. We agreed on us having sex. So the fact that you're here now, you're talking about the vibe is off. Like, bitch,
get the fuck.
I get it.
like, my money is already
Yo,
spent. What do you mean the vibe
as
is
they say in the
off?
Bahamas, carry a cunny, all right?
Like pop a what is it called? Like the pussycat pill? Like pop that pill, get your wet, and let's do what we gotta do.
Oh,
like
shit.
it's really not that deep. It's because you knew what you were coming out for.
Okay,
you
but then you took that
agreed.
risk. If
Exactly.
I would never
like, if it's
go
on a
out
regular, it's
nowhere.
fine.
Listen, my daddy taught me don't even go to dinner with a man if you can't buy that shit 2 times. What the hell?
Yo,
I ain't going nowhere with a
Yeah.
man. I'm not,
Yeah.
especially to another country. Bitch, are you ditzy? Did your mother fail you?
Exactly.
You go to another
If
country.
I ever go to a country with another man and I'm not able to fly myself home or get myself a hotel that same night, you're a ditzy bitch. And you're dumb and your parents failed
It's
you.
very interesting how when it's the girl's money, you guys switch it up 100%. That's great.
No,
Okay.
but I
That's
agree with
good.
it for myself.
you.
I live by that. I live by that.
For you guys,
Very
See,
interesting.
for you
women
guys,
understand.
When it's their money, it's
when
like
it's their money,
yeah,
they playing.
yeah.
But niggas, oh, let
would
me.
never- I would
Yeah, be a
never
gentleman.
expect the man
Fly
to
it back.
do
man.
that.
Yeah.
you guys,
But
I have
what's
a
wrong with
question.
flying her
though.
back?
I have a question.
I have a question. What's
No,
wrong with flying her
Real
back?
quick,
Yeah,
real quick.
Yeah.
We're going
Okay,
to Rumble now.
My
Okay.
thing is,
Rumble time, guys. Head on to
Flying
Rumble.
you
Guys,
back.
come on over to rumble.com/FreshandFit,
No, this is
man.
for everyone that
We
has a
got
problem with
20,000 plus
flying.
y'all ninjas over here. Come on
I do
over,
have
shift
a
on over
problem
on
with
YouTube.
flying
And
back.
Come on over right
a
now,
video to
guys.
react to as well.
We got 20,000, so come on over right now, and then we got a video to react to
It's
as
been
well.
an hour already. Dang.
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Y'all niggas like to talk.
It's vibe.
Okay, someone was gonna ask something.